Now, which coat is mine? I believe it is this one. Oh, no, hang on. No, far left. That's the other one, far left. No, far left, that's the centre. We've all got the same bloody coats. Ellie hasn't.
Paddington coat.
Paddington?
Yeah, like Paddington Bear.
I thought, well, that's what I was thinking. I thought he went bare. Paddington.
Paddington's favourite 70s band.
What's Paddington's favourites? Are you doing this because you're hoping that this will get on the Eagle is Stranded? Peru. Something about Peru?
Jams.
Jam. Oh, is he like jam? Oh, I didn't know that. The jam.
Marmalade.
Marmalade. That's the correct answer.
Is Marmalade a band?
Yeah.
Who's in Marmalade? What's Marmalade?
Who's in the band Marmalade?
Marmalade Insurance.
No, not Marmalade. Tell me about the band Marmalade.
Marmalade are a Scottish pop rock band originating from the East End of Glasgow, originally formed in 1961 as the Gaylords, and then later billed as Dean Ford and the Gaylords. Four singles for Columbia.
I love the fact they called them the Gaylords, and I thought they'd change their name to be politically correct. They just said, no, Dean Ford and the Gaylords.
Then they changed the name.
And then to the Bum Boys.
And then Dean Ford and the Bummer. Played the band Marmalade.
It's very Polly-esque.
Yeah. I feel like I've learnt something. Well, who'd have thought this would be the joke that kept giving Ben? I do like it. Oh, I like it. I'm gonna look up more Marmalade. Right. See you soon. So is it the usual route today?
So, unless you want to go over the, do you want to go over the top? Do you want to go into the
Over the
field a
top?
bit?
Well, I mean, I know the situation's worrying, but many people say that we go over the top on a daily basis on the Eagle is Stranded. I mean, yesterday I was singing the song. Some people were suggesting that it was me singing the 1940s Tea Addict thing, and I made the whole thing up. But, well, you get yourself on the dark web and you find this out for yourself.
We're just passing a care home and they've got loads of different rainbows put up.
So you might want to explain to anyone who doesn't know what the rainbows are all about, because I only knew about this when you explained this to me yesterday, I think.
Because people are allowed out for their daily walk or exercise, lots of people have thought...
Oh, that's lovely, yawning away there on the thing. You can start that sentence again without the yawn.
That again?
I'm doing a bit of director's commentary for you now, listeners.
So, because lots of people are...
People will be wondering why you've swapped sides.
Because I was scraping a
Yeah, so if we move over again, just for continuity, there we are, listeners. I was going to edit all this out, but I think a lot of people would like to see the behind-the-scenes information here.
So, because lots of people are stuck in at home, but you can go out for your one bit of exercise a day, maybe a walk with their kids, they thought it might be quite nice to put rainbows up, because rainbows are like a symbol of hope and joy for people, and it gives you something to spot as you're walking around and go, oh look, there's rainbows. And also for those who are stuck in, so like elderly people who aren't going out at all, it might be a thing where they're like, oh, bring a little bit of joy to those outside. And
I imagine children as well, presumably getting involved in this.
Yeah. So there's lots of different types of rainbows. Some people have made like hanging sculptures out of bits of coloured stuff. My sister's used lots of the multicoloured hearts from
Can
her
I just
wedding.
apologise for Ellie's use of the word coloured stuff there, in case anyone was offended by that. Oh dear.
Different coloured bits of plastic and things. My sister down in Northamptonshire has used the multicoloured hearts that they made for their wedding, and they've stuck them out on the lawn, so it's a multicoloured rainbow.
Now, you know me, Ellie, and the last thing I want to do is be pedantic. I'm just wondering when you said she's decided to make a multicoloured rainbow as opposed to what else?
Yeah, okay, so a regular rainbow would be a line of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So rather than putting them in straight rows, she's just scattered the colours all over.
All right.
Oh, there's a public footpath here. Should we go up the hill a bit rather than on the...
Okay, let's do that.
Go off-road.
Yo, the Eagle is Stranded goes off-road. Anyone from Top Gear listening?
Yeah.
That gives them an idea.
Blind comedian.
Well, to be honest, a blind person driving cars, that's going to be a ratings booster, surely. Well, I think we're doing all right, aren't we? This is day 8 now of our lockdown situation. But I think we're doing all right. We haven't really had an argument.
We've not really had a fight.
We've never had a fight. Actually, we should maybe tell the listeners what, I still say optimistically, what we've thought about. We had an argument over when the song "Ooh Ah Just a Little Bit" from Gina G.
Really an argument?
Yeah, but I'm talking about, that's what I'm saying. We haven't really had an argument. The closest we've got to an argument. Well, yeah, this is the argument when we had an argument. And it was a slightly raised voice situation. But the weird thing is, that was the first time that you'd come to see my family.
Yeah.
And so for them, they probably thought, because it was only half a day in, they probably thought that, oh God, here they go. They obviously argue quite a lot. And they probably thought that we argued quite a lot. Well, actually, that was our first argument. And it was just a slightly raised voice.
Yeah.
And I was convinced that I knew when it was, and you were convinced that you knew when it was.
Well, I'd Googled.
Whereas I get my information from the dark web, you see. So
Yeah.
we have different sources here. She's still the kind of square who gets their information from Google. So go on.
Wikipedia told me the American release date,
Right.
which was later than the UK one.
Well, of course, yeah. Good. I was going by the UK one, as I live in the UK.
Oh, you've got a new Instagram fella.
Oh, another reminder, because I still haven't really advertised it, that Ellie's put me on Instagram. So if you want to follow me on there, it is the same as Twitter, @TheDavidEagle. It'll be exactly the same kind of stuff as you get on Twitter, only with more photos. And to be honest, I think people really respond to photos, even if it is just a picture of me and Ellie drinking tea. Anyway, Just a Little Bit by Gina G features in the new David Eagle's Pick and Mix, which will hopefully be coming out in the next, I would hope it'll be in the next month, because I really feel that now is the time to get on with that. Trouble is, I've been spending all the time researching on the dark web, songs from 1940s crazed tea addicts. So that was our first argument, and the reason we were discussing that is because there was a concert that I did, I think it must have been when I was 10, on the keyboard, and it was a sort of a family and friends thing. I think I might have some clips somewhere, I'm not sure. I'll try and find them if I can.
That was a pheasant.
That was incredible. I mean, I can't blame you for exclaiming, but that would have been, that would have been the perfect sound for I could have sold that to the BBC. I could have sold that to the production company who do Attenborough as a sound effect there. That was absolutely wonderful. Unfortunately, and understandably, because it took off in our faces, there was an exclamation there from Ellie. It was not quite the professional as I am, and I can't have a go at you for that, Ellie, but I've learned if a pheasant flies in your face, the first thing you think is not protect myself. It is
protect the sound.
Get that as a sound effect. I'm going to be honest here. That's one of the reasons I'm blind in one eye, is because of an incident with a pheasant. I was gathering sound effects.
Gather the sounds of these birds in this book.
Okay, let's see what we can hear.
Bumblebee. Quite a big chunky one, about the size of my thumb.
If you can imagine Ellie's thumb, listeners, and then you'll understand, you'll know.
Instagram.
We can put a picture of a thumb up there, so you've got a scale. She doesn't have a scale for a thumb, by the way. I mean, there is something fishy about her, but...
Oh my god.
Oh.
No.
Ah.
No. So...
You're expecting...
No, I said the other day there was a ewe with a bad leg.
Oh yes, which I don't think made it in to the dollop. Into the Eagle is Stranded, and you're thinking, how not, David? And this, if you've not heard these things, this is the kind of brilliant content that we provide. There's a ewe with a bad leg, doesn't even make it in.
She's in this paddock again, and the way she was standing, it looked like she only had 3 legs, as if they'd amputated. She has got all 4 of her legs.
Oh, okay.
She is limping, but not as much as she was the other day, so perhaps she's getting a bit better.
Well, that's good news. I don't think it did make it into the Eagle is Stranded, but if it did, then I know that people would be. I can't remember what we put in and what we don't put in, to be honest.
I haven't listened to them all yet. I will do.
Yes, you can listen to this later when you've got out of this situation.
Yeah. Oh, that sheep, the lamb looked like it had 6 legs, but it was just the way it was lying.
I'm starting to wonder about you.
No, it was just because the one lamb is a lot smaller than the other and is hiding behind the other. The one that's bleating looked like it's got 6 legs.
I mean, we might have uncovered some sort of
Genetic modification.
ring. Yeah.
Sheffield. This is a case for David Eagle.
Yes, we could do a sort of Paul Temple style radio detective series. That's the scandal of the 6-legged sheep. What's that? That what you're saying, lamb? Meh. I think he's saying, "Bah, Timothy." And that won't mean anything if you haven't heard our discussion of the radio detective Paul Temple in episode 5, I believe, of The Eagle is Stranded. But whose fault is that? Could call this The Eagle is Stranded, Day 8, featuring Gina G and a 3-legged sheep.
Yes.
Or Gina G.
Just a little bit.
Well, if it was Ubar just a little bit, and if we had a horse, we could have Gina Gigi.
Wow.
Available for being part of writing rooms if you are interested, anybody. Not the week or whatever, yeah, I'm here.
Got nowhere else to be.
Yeah. We're in a very strange situation at the moment with the young'uns, because I originally thought, well, I've got all these clips to put out for young'uns podcasts, but we're not sure on the rules now, because it may well be that we have to temporarily disband the business, make ourselves redundant or put ourselves onto furlough. The rules seem to stipulate that we are not allowed to therefore work as a business, which seemingly, if you're going to follow the rules strictly, would include not putting anything into the public domain, not advertising ourselves, therefore not posting things on social media. And so if we're going to get a wage from the government, 80% of our wages, I mean, I don't know how the government are going to afford that, to be honest, because we're folk singers. So, I mean, that's a hefty sum that the government... We're going to be bankrupt the government. That's going to destroy the economy. Or having to pay all these folk singers. It means I'm not sure whether we should be really releasing things like the Young'uns podcast. So we've kind of not really put anything on social media. Because I don't get paid for this, I do this out of the goodness of my own heart. So it just means I'll have to spend more time talking to you people on The Eagle is Stranded. Completely for free. Well, thank you very much for listening. We'll be back tomorrow. Who knows with what with, and with whom.